Hi, welcome everyone. This beautiful Wednesday evening. It's a full moon today, full moon in the Libra, which is the balance. And yoga is all about balance. But with this full moon, many people who are normally in my class, they know it by now, because I try to live a bit with the moon and to try to understand what this kind of the moon messages tells us. This is a really beautiful, super full moon, so I hope you can maybe also enjoy this evening to look at the moon. What else? Of course, I'm very happy that you're joining again for this class. And we're going to do some moon salutations. So with full moon, it's often that we do the practice a little bit more mild, a little bit more slow, and a little bit more with watery. So like as I have my leggings full of water and the beautiful full moon on my t-shirt. I always get a bit more inspired than to do the class. So yeah, what we normally do with sun salutations, we work a little bit more linear with the long side of the mat. Today we will facing a lot with the long side of the mat towards me. So if you normally have your mat like this, then maybe you want to change the mat and put it exactly like me, because we're going to face a lot and we're going to work a little bit in this kind of directions today. And yeah, a book or a block will always be nice. If you have maybe a blanket for the final Shavasana, or for, I don't know, maybe your knees into a low lunge, then grab your block, grab your book, grab your blanket, and let's get started. So I want to start this class with Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, as this is balancing our left and right hemisphere of the brain. And it also calms us down. So yeah, we have the full moon in the Libra. So let's see if we get more of the balance, which is the scales. The Libra is sometimes really going this and then suddenly going that. And it's the same with our brain. Sometimes we're using too much of the right hemisphere of the brain, and sometimes we're using too much with the left. Some people are also more dominated in one part, so it's always nice to just practice this. And we do it with the breathing. So if you know Nadi Shodhana, you know what's coming. For the people who have no clue what's Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, I'm slowly gonna explain to you. So we're all gonna take our right hand. I'm not mirroring you here, so I'm also taking my right hand. And we're using actually the thumb to close the right nostril. And if you feel by your own nose, you feel this kind of bony part of the nose. And we're just going to close it just below that bony part. You don't have to squeeze it, but just a tiny close of the nostril. You do that with your thumb. So your index finger and your middle finger can be on two different places. I know a lot of people, they want to place it on their third eye like this. And I place it towards the mouse of my thumb. So either here or here. The pinky and the ring finger is going to be, well, they can be separate, they can be connected. The pinky doesn't actually do something here, so that doesn't matter where the pinky is. But with the ring finger, you're going to close the left nostril. So you can just alternate a couple of times by closing the right and the left nostril. So it's either like this, with the index finger and the middle finger onto the third eye, or to the mouse. And we're just closing and opening. And this is all what is. You cannot do really anything wrong. So let's just start. Sit up tall, relaxing the eyes. And maybe in the left hand you want to close the thumb and the index finger. And then with the right hand you have the mudra ready. And don't worry, if this is your first time, so much information is coming, then just only focus on that, what you do understand, what is working for you today. Just breathe in normal to both of your nostrils. Maybe a couple of times you breathe in a little bit deeper, arriving, settle in for your yoga class. And then very slowly you can place your thumb onto the right nostril. One more thing, by the way, if your right arm gets very tired, you can also support with your left hand your right arm for just a couple of breaths and then maybe try to relax it again. So we're going to start breathing in through the left nostril. So breathe in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now close the nostril with your ring finger and then exhale out to the right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Close and exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And change and out to the right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And change and out to the left. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale right. And out left. Inhale left. Out right. In right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Out to the right. Inhale right. And all the way out to the left nostril. Out, 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 out. And relaxing the right arm again, and just feel the inner landscape of your body. Relaxing the shoulders, the upper arms, relaxing the elbows, lower part of your arm, relaxing the wrists, the fingers. slowly opening up the eyes. And welcome again. Slowly come to hands and knees, all fours. And then just start to move parallel towards the floor. You can close your eyes and first let us turn clockwise. Big circling movements into the hips and into the shoulders. You will probably also feel it into your wrist as we're also moving over the wrist joint. And then start to move the other way around. So big circles parallel towards the floor, anti-clockwise. And slowly come to a very small, tiny child pose. And if this is not working for you, just see if you can maybe find a place where you can feel safe, like a pose where you can just feel a little bit close to the floor. One more breath here. And very slowly come back to all fours. Then you can tuck your toes and come into a very gentle downward facing dog. As we work with the Moon Salutations today, we're adding a lot of water, the element of water, which is always moving in circling movements, always flowing. So rather than to think too much of your alignment today, just feel the body and really flow into this kind of different poses we do. So take a deep breath in, just flow into a high push-up plank, and just one time we're sinking the weight into the hips, coming to an upper facing dog or a modification of upper facing dog, and then you can just come back again into downward facing dog. Just move and walk a little bit onto your spot. And then very slowly walk your feet all the way to the front of your mat. And then if you want, hold the opposite elbow or just swing a little bit from left to right. Make some funny faces here, contracting, releasing the facial muscles. And then slowly placing the feet a little bit more wider and come into a squat position. And just move a little bit, rock a little bit forward, backwards. Maybe make some movements more to the side. Just warming up a little bit more of the hips, because we're going to do a lot of hip poses, the Moon Salutations. And then maybe make the place the feet a little bit closer towards each other. So it's not really a squat, but you're still very low, bending the knees, and maybe your heels are from the floor. That's okay, because we're going to just rock forward and backwards here. And then leave the feet very close and opening up the knees. And now I'm going to walk my little spider cup fingers all the way to the front. I'm going to relax my head down, and my weight is really sinking into my hips. So I'm getting a full stretch over the back of my body here. Just breathe in deep and exhale long. Slowly come back up again, straightening the legs. One more time, just hang forward. Maybe swing a little bit from left to right. And then slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Very slowly, slowly keep the chin close to the chest. And then we're all the way up. So I'm gonna just come to the long side of my mat and I invite you to do the same. So your feet are a little bit wider. And then you're just gonna swing a little bit from left to right. Maybe you wanna make fists and you're gonna box someone behind you. More focusing on the upper back here. Well, if you let your arms hang, you're focusing a little bit more on the lower part of your spine and the hips. Okay, and then slowly just stop. And then placing the feet a little bit closer. Let's say the hip distance apart. Take a deep breath in, really find length. And on an exhale, just bend sideways over towards the right. And come back. Sideways over towards the left. And back. And then hold the wrist, hold the left wrist. Really find length and bend towards the right again. And then bend the right leg a little bit and place the other leg behind you. So the knees are more or less into each other. And come into this standing banana pose. Really finding length. Feeling a long stretch all around your left side of your body. Breathe. And slowly come out. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Grabbing the right wrist and then bend sideways, bending that left knee so there's space for the other knee to enter the kneecap. Really finding that stretch on the right side of the body. Really breathe into it and slowly release. And then just rub your hands. Really rub them until they're really, really warm. And then when you feel some heat, some warmth between your hands, then place them either onto your belly or onto your heart area. You can also do one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your heart, but maybe you feel like more connecting with your belly. Or maybe when you feel more connecting with your heart, you can place both hands onto your heart. So you choose at home, and if you still have cold hands, then just keep on rubbing, because it's really nice to feel that energy from your hands, from the warmth, and that you can really feel it, that you can really drink it in. It's like drinking this heat in. So let's do it one more time. And then place it there where you like to place it. Maybe you even want to place it onto your head. And then slowly just shake out. If there's still anything you need to shake out. Okay, so legs a little bit wider. Let's connect the thumbs. Now take a deep breath in, really hook the thumbs and scoop yourself up. Inhale deep. And exhale, forward fold. Now moving towards the right, drawing this full moon. Come all the way up. And then move all the way towards the other side. Then move towards the other side. So now moving towards the left. Take a deep breath in, drawing the full moon. And going towards the other side. Inhale, scoop up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. And again, scoop yourself all the way up and forward fold. Other side, moving now first towards the left, drawing this big moon all the way to the right. Stretch it out and hang forward. Inhale, go to the right, all the way up. And exhale down. Inhale, come up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. 2 more times. Inhale, scoop yourself up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, move over towards the right. And exhale towards the left. Inhale, move towards the left. Big circles. Exhale. Inhale, scoop up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, scoop yourself up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale towards the left side. And exhale. Inhale towards the right, big circles. And exhale. Inhale, scoop up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Very nice. So place the feet together. Take a deep breath in, arms up. And exhale, bend over towards the right. Sorry, the right. I'm mirroring. I'm trying to mirror. And come up. And come over towards the left. And hands in front of your heart. Now make a big step with your left foot all the way back. So maybe you're outside your mat, that's okay. Bending through your hips, really into this goddess pose. See if you can really make it a little bit more fluid. Let's try to sink into your hips here. Point the toes forward and stretch yourself out into this star pose. Keep on breathing. Feel your feet touching the earth while you expand yourself. Like this full moon shining. Let's shine. Okay, now opening up the left foot and bring the arms more or less parallel to the floor and come into triangle pose. So slowly come forward and down with your arms. If you want to look up, that's fine. You can also look down. Don't worry too much how you're in this triangle pose. Let it just be fluid. Maybe you want to replace your feet a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Now move into a pyramid pose. And this pose is maybe nice to practice with the 2 blocks or 2 books you might have into your room. And otherwise just bend the knees. That's also fine. So you try to straighten the legs. But if your knees are a bit bent or one knee is bent, it's okay. See if you can find length. And then maybe slowly come forward, fold over your right leg. And then slowly bending that left knee towards the floor. And then we're into this crescent moon pose or low lunge. Reach your arms up and really sink into the hips down. So the moon is so beautiful, but you can only enjoy this full moon in the darkness. So some things are actually only nice in darkness. So come facing me and come into a runner squat or this kind of half squat pose. So we're all staying watching this side and just see if this is working for you. Maybe you want to keep your hands onto the floor. Maybe you have to lift up a little bit, but see if you can really, keep your weight more into your buttocks. Some of you maybe even want to bring your hands in front of your heart. Just see what's happening. And also there's a lot of variation with your right foot here. You can place it parallel to the short side. Maybe you want to put it up. Just be very free-minded here. Now slowly come towards the center and come into this goddess squat here. Also here, just find this fluidity here and feel the hips. I'm sure you feel your hips right now. Just breathe. Okay, slowly from here, you have to adjust your legs a little bit and come into the half squat pose towards the other side. And also here, play a little bit with the position of your left foot. It has an immense effect also on the inside of your leg. And then from here, slowly we're going to go all the way towards the other side of the mat for this crescent lunge or low lunge. Take a deep breath in and exhale, sink into the hips down. And then from here, you're going to try to just adjust the feet, straighten the both legs into this pyramid pose. You can always take your blocks and books again if this is what you want to practice tonight. And maybe you just want to move your hips a little bit and just make it a little bit more fluid and watery. Okay, now opening up that left arm all the way up. So come up a little bit, opening up that left arm and come into this triangle pose on this side here. And then slowly from here, come all the way up into the star pose. Expand again in all these directions. And then from here, come into the goddess pose again. Maybe you like to bring your hands in front of your heart. Maybe you like to even make a nice dance here. What is it how you feel? And just add that into this watery full moon practice. Maybe even just imagine this ball of energy shining onto you and working onto your waters. Okay, from here we're going to sink into a squat pose again. Really close towards the floor. And then from here we're going to stand up again and hands in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, just side bend over towards the left. And up again, and side bend towards the right. And up again. Now make a big step with your right leg all the way out. And maybe you're outside your mat, that's okay. If your mat is sticky, then it's not a problem. I'm sliding a little bit with my mat here onto, because there's carpet under it, so I'm trying to keep my legs onto the mat, but it's okay to practice it with one foot outside the mat as well. So we're going to sink into this goddess pose again. And then we're opening up into star pose. And then opening up that right foot. And then come forward and down into your triangle pose. So we're just going full circles, and every phase of the moon has different energy. And it's really reflecting on that we also like the phases of the moon and sometimes feel a little bit more wide and shiny and open, and sometimes we just feel very, very dark and we want to stay very close to the floor. So we're closing here into pyramid pose. So maybe you want to adjust your feet again. Maybe you want to turn your hips. Maybe you want to take that block. Or here I have these two nice books. They're going to help me and support me in this pose. And then I'm going to bending that left knee, and I'm going to go onto the floor again. Take a deep breath in for crescent moon. Breathe. Relaxing the eyes, relaxing the face, and again maybe a nice arm variation. Anything's possible. And then slowly come again towards the same side of the long side of the mat. So you're always facing the same side of the mat, and we're here into half runner squat or half squat pose. So again, just stay here. Maybe you want to keep your hands in front of your heart to make it also more of a balanced pose. And then either with your hands onto the floor or maybe with your hands still in front of your heart, coming to more of the center. But we need to adjust a little bit with the feet. And then we're into the birth squat here. And also here, maybe you want to round a little bit more today. Maybe you want to stay a little bit more up. Maybe you want to stay a little bit more static here. What is the moon reflecting on you today? Okay, slowly we're going to come back again towards the long side of the mat. First the other squat, of course. So we're moving into half runner squat on this side. Couple of breaths here. Really feeling the inside of your right leg. And now we're going to go into the long side of the mat, into low lunge. Inhale deep and exhale, really sink into the hips. And then slowly come up, pyramid pose. Adjust your feet, trying to straighten the legs. And then opening up the right arm and coming to a triangle pose. You can lean also with your left hand onto your thigh or into your leg. And then slowly come all the way up. Point the toes towards this side and then lengthening again. And then from here, come into goddess pose. Really add that element of water into your practice today. The full moon has an immense influence on the ocean, but also us humans are existing for a lot of percentage of water. So if we really look close, what is the moon doing to our bodies? Slowly wiggle your feet towards each other again and just have a moment here, maybe with your hands in front of your heart. And maybe you want to place one hand into your belly. Or you just fulfilled one full circle of the moon. And we're going to do one more. But you're going to move a little bit more faster, not too fast. But, just to make sure you're not looking towards this critical alignment of the pose, but just to make it really nice and flowing and really just feel how your body works today. So come to the center again of your mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale, move over towards the right. Inhale up and exhale, move over towards the left. And come up. And then make a big step with your left foot all the way up, out, and we're into goddess pose. Really sink deep. And we're not moving forward with the shoulders here, but if you want, just feel the difference, because there's more weight onto the heels and maybe more strong for your legs when you're actually, like sitting onto a horse or something. I don't know. Just feel how your legs are reacting. Really open up into star pose. And then opening up that left foot. Inhale deep. Exhale, come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then lowering down both hands, adjust your feet, maybe take the blocks. Inhale, exhale, pyramid pose. And then lowering down that right knee, take a deep breath in, crescent moon. And then slowly turn over to half runner squat here. Come towards the center and stay into this goddess pose squat. And then moving over towards the other side. And then come into half runner squat on this side. And then we turn all the way towards the long side again, lowering down that left knee, take a deep breath in, and exhale. Bringing both hands down, pyramid pose, straighten the legs. And opening up the left arm into triangle pose. Adjust your feet as you like. Inhale, come all the way up and spread out. And then bending the knees into your goddess pose. And come slowly back towards the center. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And hands in front of your heart. Make a big step, this time with your right foot out, goddess pose. And then straightening into star pose. And opening up that right foot and come into your triangle pose. And pyramid pose. Again, just adjust your feet, your hands, your legs. And then lowering down that left knee, take a deep breath in, crescent moon. How does your body like to move? Slowly come into that half squat. Come towards the center into full birthing squat. Over towards the other side. And then turn towards the short side of the mat, lowering down the right knee. Inhale. And then move into pyramid pose. Straighten both legs. Come up. Opening up that right arm into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Come all the way up, back into star pose. And back into goddess pose. And from here, slowly come back towards the center. With your hands in front of your heart. Or maybe you like to rock again. And place your hands either onto your belly or onto your heart. Just have a moment to reflect. As this is a beautiful quality the moon has. The moon is not shining from itself, it's just reflecting the sunlight. So where can we reflect these beautiful, nice qualities of others? How can we learn from the moon? And what can we learn from the moon? And slowly release the arms alongside your body And as the full moon is in Libra, we're going to do a balance pose. Place all the weight into the left leg and lifting up the right. And then see if you can keep the knee more or less parallel towards the hip. At least not too low, not too high, but just try to lift it up a little bit higher, or at least leveled towards the hip. And then lifting up the right arm. And then take a deep breath in, and now we're going to open up. We're going to twist all the way. With your left hand, you can actually hold that right knee, hold that leg, finding length, and now twist and maybe even look over towards your right palm. Breathe. And then slowly come back. Interlace your fingers around your right thigh and see if you can straighten it out. And then place it back onto the floor. Now all your weight into the right leg and lifting up the left. Lifting up the left arm. And then with your right hand you can actually hold your knee a little bit from the outside. Inhale, finding length. And exhale, twist over towards the left. And then the last thing you do is to actually look over towards your left palm. Breathe. And then slowly we come out. And just roll a little bit your shoulders. And then we come towards a seat. This mat. Okay. Now straighten both legs first and then bending the right knee. And then bringing the right heel very close towards your right buttocks. And then opening it up to the side. Take a deep breath in, find length. And on an exhale, fold forward over this Janu Sirsasana seated tree pose. So the left leg is still straight. The right knee is bent. And if you want to support your right knee or hip, place something under your right knee or hip. And every inhale, finding a little bit more length, and every exhale, fold forward. But also here, maybe today you want to just make it a little bit less rigid, adding a little bit of the element of water, and move maybe your upper body tiny, tiny little bit left and right. Really wave upwards and downwards on the rhythm of your breath. Don't push it, just be very gentle. Slowly come up. And then we're taking that right foot and we place it over the left leg. We're going to go for a twist. Right hand is behind you. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, twist over towards the right. And you can hold with your left hand your right leg. Every inhale finds a little bit more length. And every exhale, twist a tiny little bit. But also here, maybe you just move a little bit more as you normally do in this pose. Just make it a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more soft to explore. And slowly come back. Now leave this right ankle and then just bend the left knee. And then come into this right thigh stretch again. So inhale, really find length. Exhale, see if you can release. So if you want to feel more, then place your left buttocks closer towards your heel. Or, of course, your heel closer towards your buttocks. Try not to round too much, but try to find length. And then you must probably feel something in your right hip, right buttocks there. And slowly come out. And then we're bending the left knee. We're going to go into that seated tree pose other side. Again, some knees or hips like it better with something supported under it. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, forward fold. And instead of looking for your gentle maximum, just find a little bit more gentleness in general in this pose. Like a wave in the ocean, just coming and going and just exploring the body. As for some people, they have difficulties with sleep on a full moon, as that's maybe the energy really pulling, and it can, if you don't know what it is, it can just be very chaotic energy maybe. So use this class to focus the energy towards the center. Slowly come up, and then we're gonna go for that twist again. So the left foot is going over the right leg, left hand behind you. Inhale, really finding that length, and exhale, twist over towards the left. Softening the face, softening the eyes. Just relax. In whatever you experience right now, it's all good. It will change again. This is not forever. Whatever you experience, all our emotions are like the phases of the moon. They're coming and they're going. And it's no matter that we know it, because I know you know it. It's just nice to hear it over and over again. So just let the words entering your system again. And tell yourself, yes, it's just another phase of the moon. Okay, slowly come out. Now we leave that left ankle more or less where it is. We try to bend that right knee. And then see if you can find a stretch somewhere on top of that left hip. Be careful for the knee. If the knee doesn't like it, then just back off a little bit. And then slowly we come out of this pose. Let's do one more forward fold with both straight legs. If you want, you can always sit on something as well. And if you sit on something, it can help you to lift a little bit. I don't like it so much because I get too much pain in my knee. So it's very personal if that's helping you or working a bit against you. So anyway, wherever you are, finding length again, finding space into your heart area, and slowly come into a forward fold again. Maybe you want to move a little bit from left to right. And then slowly come out, bringing the hands behind you, bending the knees. Take a deep breath in and lift up. For reverse tabletop. And slowly come back down. One more time, forward fold. Take a deep breath in and exhale, forward fold. And just move a little bit from left to right if that feels good for your spine, for your hamstrings. Stay connected with the breath, because the breath is like that ocean sound. It's also like a ocean wave coming in, going out. It reminds us also into this fluidity and this kind of phases. So let's come up again, come out and come up into a reverse tabletop. Lift up, lift up. Lift up a little bit higher, a tiny little bit higher, and slowly come down. Now come into an easy cross leg pose, and then slowly come forward fold. It looks different with everyone, and again, if you want, you can sit on something, and if you have pain in the knee, maybe you want to just straight out the one leg or support one knee, and you can come forward as well. So, or you maybe make a butterfly pose and come forward if that's more useful for your knees. So if you just play a little bit. Move a little bit from left to right again. And then you can, if you are an easy cross-legged, also change the legs. And then slowly come out. If you were in diamond pose or butterfly pose, stay there. So everyone gonna come into this butterfly pose, diamond shape. You're gonna hold your ankles and we're gonna butterfly. And the more you press the knees down, the more your knees will lift up. So just give them a nice little shake. Closing the eyes and be very grateful for your hips. Even when, well, I noticed with myself and I noticed with a lot of people I had in my classes, we are tending to judge our hips. They're either too loose, they're too stiff. Often the left and the right is different and we want to have it equal. And yeah, the hips, there are, for the most of us, not really the part where you can see changes, very big changes. So really just come to a place of, okay, this is how I experience my hips. And maybe tomorrow I will experience my hips different. Maybe after this practice, for sure, you will experience your hips maybe a bit different. So, okay, a couple of last shakes, so really just bump them up and down. And then release. So I'm going to go to the side again, but you can stay where you are. And then see if you can hold your big toes. It's actually nice if you have a little bit of free space behind you, because sometimes we are going, you lose your balance and you roll backwards with this. So we're going to try to keep the balance onto both sitting bones. And then we're really opening up the heart area, finding the balance. Option 1, just stay here. It's a very nice practice here. Then option 2, maybe again, bring some water element, some movements into the legs. Maybe try to straighten out one leg. Feel how your hamstrings, how your inner growings, that the hamstrings and the inner growings react. Your abdominals, your shoulders, and can you still relax your face? So maybe you want to also try to straighten both legs. Be very careful here. And then bring the legs together. And then let go, and we're back into Navasana. Okay, we're not going to stay. It's not going to be a strong class. But of course, at home, if you feel like staying in Navasana, take 10 breaths and enjoy. Well, we are here in a small cosmic egg, really reaching the end of the class here. So let's come down onto your back and then coming to a laying twist. So you can bring your hips a bit towards the right and then you can bring your knees over towards the left. And then scoop both shoulder blades back to the floor and then opening up that right arm if you want, either to the side or more over your head next towards your right ear. And just feel the earth under your body and relax. Feel the rising and falling of your belly. Take one more deep breath in here and this side. Very slowly come towards the center. And move the twist over towards the other side. So the hips a bit to the left. The knees go to the right, and the higher your knees are, the more stretch you can probably feel in the spine. The lower your knees are, the more you can feel it into your hips, legs, and maybe your sacrum area. So also this yoga class is a full circle. We start slowly and we finished slowly. And in between there's all kind of moments, different energy, different poses. Take one more deep breath in here. Slowly come back towards the center and prepare yourself for the last asana, Shavasana. So if there's anything you like to do, do it slowly. Try not to disturb yourself too much. Just make sure you're warm enough that maybe your legs are supported. If you feel a lot of pain in the back, you can always place your feet onto a chair or your calf muscles onto a chair. You can also keep your knees bent, and then mostly after a couple of minutes you feel that the tension in your lower back is releasing. So just find a nice Shavasana, laying down onto your back. And I will wake you up. So completely take your time. Take a couple of breaths here. Be bringing the shoulder blades a little bit more towards each other. So really open up the front of your body. And relaxing the toes. Relaxing the sole of your feet. The side of your feet. Relaxing the heels. And the top part of your feet. Relaxing the ankles. The shin bones, the calf muscles. Relaxing the knees. The upper part of your legs, the front of your legs, the back of your legs. Relaxing the hips. Your buttocks. Relaxing the belly. Relaxing the muscles around the rib cage. Relaxing the front of the body and the back of the body. Relaxing the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower part of your arms, your hands and your fingers. Relaxing the left arm, relaxing the right arm. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your face, your jaws and your cheeks, the mouth and the lips. Relaxing the eyes and the forehead. And bring your focus to the back of the body and feel how your body is actually being carried by the earth. Relax. Relax all the muscles of your body. Take rest. Very slowly start to deepening the breath again. And then bring your hands together and start to rub your hands again. Until you really feel a heat again between your left and right hand. And between your right and your left hand. And then just place them onto your face. If we start to massage a little bit your head, your eyes, your cheeks, your neck. And again, start to rub them again. And then place both hands onto your hearts. And feel how the warmth is entering your heart space. And one more time, really rub it. Feel the heat. And then place both hands onto your belly. And slowly bend the knees, bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe rock a little bit from left to right. And slowly come towards the side. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. On an inhale, really feel the rising of your ribcage. On your exhale, really feel it dropping back to its neutral position. And then slowly you can come back up to any seated variation that's working for you. Place your hands in front of your heart. And just bow your head towards your heart. So no matter what kind of phase of your life you're dealing with, just realize it's just a phase. And it will change. Relax in that. Lifting up the neck, straightening the neck, lifting up the head. And we're going to finish with one Om, and it would be nice if you join me. Exhale completely, all air out, 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 out. Take a deep breath in. Om Bolo Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bow to that only teacher of truth, you. Take your time to get out of this class. Thank you so much for practicing with me wherever you are on this beautiful planet. And I hope you like this moon class, the Moon Salutation, and hope you feel nice and stretch in your body. I hope you're going to see my next class again, so stay tuned, stay connected. Big kiss. Bye-bye. See you.